So a point here about the architecture of the IX, the way that we've built it, the way we've designed it. As you can see in this image, the components that we're using with the IX, and this is one of the key features of the software, will all be controllable and interfaceable via Modbus RS485. Modbus is a standard control protocol, and it'll be built into the controller that we use within the IX, which is the CPICO by Corel. Every component that we use, as you can see here, the sensors, the actuators, the room terminals, will be Modbus components. That means that our control system will be able to control them as well as pick up information back from them via Modbus. What that means on a practical level is that we can provide a much smaller controller and a much smaller control panel. If I break it down on a standard control system, the more components you have, the more inputs and outputs you need, the bigger the controller you're going to need for each physical input into the controller. When using Modbus, you have one connection into the controller, and each component is then daisy-chained with this same Modbus line, so that on the controller, you're not saturating all the inputs and outputs, meaning we can have actuators, sensors, room terminals, as much as we need, without having to worry about the requirement for a huge control panel and a huge cost. The increased capabilities this will give us on devices such as actuators, where we'll be able to pick up the exact position of the damper. We'll be able to pick up if there's an issue with the damper, such as the damper's jammed, or maybe someone has pushed the manual override switch on a damper actuator, therefore the control signal isn't functioning. All of these signals and alarms will be coming back via Modbus to the control system. We get so much more information from Modbus, and many components, like fans, for example, already have these functionality built in that we're not taking advantage of. From most common fans on the market now that are Modbus, we can pick up things like vibrations per minute, power consumption, data that often is required by BMS companies or by energy monitoring companies. All of this will be able to pick up as standard via Modbus into the control system.